Hi everyone, Comic Reviewer here, and this time reviewing on Red Hood and the Outlaws, New 52, issue number 1. Now, as you know, Red Hood and the Outlaws was a part of the New 52. The story is basically saying, what if Jason Todd formed his own group of renegades against society? Basically, this cover mainly features Jason Todd, Roy Harper, and Starfire. I think the problem is that Starfire's a hero, and Roy wouldn't make much sense. They could have built much on him. So I think they could have easily went with Lockup for Roy Harper, and they easily could have went with Vigilante for Starfire. And I feel rushing Jason in just doesn't really make sense. So it starts off how Roy Harper says, "Oh, sunlight. There's something I don't see every day. Not lately, anyway." So it turns out Roy Harper's been captured in a foreign country and was helping some people out. Turns out they sold him out. And you've got the priest who basically gives him one last confess sins and that. And Roy basically sees his weaponry inside the Bible, and the priest is like, "Exactly, son. An open mind and an open book will set you free." And basically, turns out the priest is actually Red Hood, who somehow was able to wear a fat suit despite him being heavily armoured. So together they get their weaponry and take down the bad guy, saying, "Here's hoping this wasn't as well thought out as that rescue us going to get." Rescue? Might be covered selling it. And you can tell they're taking crap and basically shooting down the enemies. They basically break out, and basically him saying, "Hop in." Roy Harper's speechless. "You just made the whole trip worth it." And so they make a break for it, and he says, "Tanks! Don't mention it." "No, I mean real tanks! Straight ahead. I hope you have a little least good one backup." And turns out his backup is actually Starfire, who basically has joined the team and also hates government forces as well as soldiers and military due to being sold in slavery. And he's like, "Is she with you?" "With us? Yeah. But she's been with me." And so they fly off into the sunset, and 3 weeks later in the holiday area, Starfire is relaxing in the ocean, and one kid uploads it for his presumably YouTube channel. And turns out that she's now with Jason, and Roy points out about, does Dick know and that, and it turns out that she was part of the Teen Titans, and I do have a theory that this comic was originally part of the original timeline before the reboot, so hinting Starfire might have suffered amnesia, and Roy was going to be having the same continuity with his Arsenal persona. So, someone is here to see Jason, and Jason says, "Be right back, Roy." And turns out the character Essence talks with him and says that people's organs have been ripping out of their bodies, and points out it's a serious situation, and that it's also happened to the Untitled. So you see Starfire flirting with Roy, and Roy says, "Do you want to have sex with me?" And I like how he's thinking, "Wait, what?" And he automatically takes advantage of this moment. And I like how he's just looking back, thinking, "So long, sucker." And so Essence shows Jason what's happened to the area in the castle. He's like, "That's impossible. The old castle is without any known equal. Nothing short of an alien invasion could be that." And so Jason decides to do the mission, and pretty much sees fire coming out in the sky and knows what's happened. So in Chicago, a guy pretty much sees this kid's channel and he's like, a Temerang on Earth at last. And so you see basically Roy and Starfire having their moments, and Jason pretty much getting his weaponry in that, and heads to the castle and says, I'm sorry I wasn't here to help you, Dugra. And also points out saying that, sorry that you had to send me away in that. And so he looks on and sees an army of zombies in that and gets ready with his guns. And yeah, this is the story. So, the issue 1 of Red Hood and the Outlaws isn't good, but it's kind of alright. I think the problem with the story is that it does feel like Roy Harper and Starfire shouldn't be here, and they could have went with Lockup and Vigilante. And I think, yeah, just putting Jason in the story doesn't make sense. I feel that rushing him in the New 52 just seems a bit pointless, and you could have went with someone else being Red Hood. So the story deserves our thumbs in the middle. It's kind of alright, but not great. So, Comic Reviewer here, signing out.